So they gonna do whatever to keep that money. So they gonna take
Starting for real. Hustle off the ground.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode, baby, where all the hustlers is welcome. All the hustlers is welcome to Hustle Off the Ground, man. How y'all feeling today, man?
Not too shabby.
Another day.
You feel me?
Another day at the office? The band back together?
Another day at the office. Feels good, don't it?
The band back together. So,
Yeah.
miss y'all boys, man. Well, as a collective. I just saw y'all niggas not too long
It's been
ago.
a minute since we've been together.
Yeah. What's cracking with you?
Shit with me.
Yeah.
Shit, I ain't been on this motherfucker in a minute. No, I was on 2 episodes ago, right?
Yeah, when I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, don't ask me how it was. I gave them a recap already, but we talked too, though.
Yeah,
so
we talk. Yeah, I
we
seen,
good.
You know what I'm saying?
We good.
But no, shit been good for me, bro. Things picking up at work. Yeah, man, grinding. Finally starting to save my money like I'm supposed to. You feel me? And yeah, just get better, bro. You feel me? Yeah, man. What's good with y'all boys?
I ain't got shit going on, nigga.
Same shit, different
Same
toilet.
shit, different toilet, nigga.
You know me, man. Same old, same old. I'm about to go on a trip. I leave Friday. So, you know what I'm saying? That's exciting. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Slow motion. You know how it works.
Slow motion for me, moving. Slow motion for me.
Busy. So
Got a big job about to happen.
Oh, yeah,
22nd.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
22nd.
I'm waiting for them though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'm waiting for them.
I ain't gonna fake. I was about to call you and be like, bro, I need my shit early, bro.
Everybody
got
keep
the
calling me
bread.
saying that.
Got the real
But
shit.
you know what's crazy though, bro? It be like people that call me like, oh yeah, but yo, we gotta lock in this, and I know my inventory. I'm like, all y'all, I mean, all of y'all get it. But yeah, the 22nd though, new drop.
For sure.
Might drop something extra special in there too, but yeah, we got a launch party on the 22nd downtown.
It's up.
Yes, sir.
Say less.
You already know.
That's what's cracking. Online course is coming soon. How to start and grow your podcast.
Sir.
Featuring yours truly. You know what I'm saying? The one and only.
About to give you the blueprint.
Go grab that now. Yeah, man. The blueprint on everything. How to start, how to grow. You know what I'm saying? How to pick your team. How to grow your social media. Everything, man. Doing a little bit of everything with that. That's what I've mainly been working on. And then just continuing trying to grow this brand every day. That's really about it, man. You know, we ain't gonna talk y'all ear off about how we doing though, man. We do that shit every week. You got something you want to say? Is everything slow motion?
Shit, I mean, everything's slow motion. I mean, I've been thinking about going to get my master's. That's what that is.
Oh, damn. That's actually kind of major. Yeah.
I mean, it is, but like I'm thinking about it though. Like I'm thinking if I want to go and do school all over again. Like
What's giving you that back and forth?
man, cause nigga, I was in school for like all my life, nigga. So it's like I'm good. I was tired of just doing that shit, bro. But I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I feel like a master's would probably be a step in the right direction to what I really truly want to do, and that's like be in sports. So I'm doing some just research, trying to make sure that's some shit I really want to do before I, dive head first into it. And another thing too, bro, the money, nigga.
Yeah.
That's another thing too, bro.
And it's crazy, bro, because my mother has said this not too long ago. It's just, and it's crazy because I don't even have a bachelor's, but my mom was telling me how now in this day and age, it's like everything is less now. So an associate's is really not shit. High school diploma, definitely not anything. A bachelor's, okay, and not in a master's is of course it's always gonna be worth something. But basically what I'm saying is my mom, she has her associate's degree, and she feels like the job that she has now, if she was my age, having that associate's, she wouldn't be qualified for that same job. All these jobs now, they might be paying you less, but they ask for more. You know, not a lot of jobs they might say you underqualified to do this. Like, bro, You asking me to be a janitor? What I need a bachelor's degree for?
Bro, I think all of that degree shit is bullshit though, cause like, bro, I'm pretty sure almost any job you go to, they gonna teach you what you need to know on the job. You feel me? Like that degree shit shouldn't even matter, bro.
I would say
A lot
one
of times
thing though.
people overqualified.
I would say one thing. I still think that degrees is bullshit. I do think that, but I think it depends on why you going to school. It depends on the profession you want to get. Honestly,
Bro, unless you a doctor, a lawyer, or an astronaut, bro, you should not have to go to college or engineer.
Yeah, or engineer for sure.
Yes.
but it's like outside of that, you get experiences. Like it's outside of just the learning part of it. You develop experiences. Like you mold yourself in college though. So like,
But think about it like this though, and I used to think like that too, but I heard somebody say, I forgot who said it, but he was like, imagine starting off where you are right now at 18, how much further you will be ahead. You feel me? So it's low key like we got those experiences in college, but it's like we didn't get time to get a head start on life. Now, I mean, although everybody might need that time to be seasoned, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it's like you would be, 4 years ahead if you didn't get a 4-year degree? Because you would have that work experience. You would have figured out what you would have wanted to do already. I know for me, in my career, bro, if I would have started 4 years ago, it'll be a whole different story.
Man,
It's funny. It's hilarious that you say that because I don't remember who I was talking to. I might have been talking to my woman. You know, shout out to her. She at the studio. Boom. I love you, baby. But I was saying this, bro. Me personally, I went to school, and they say what you majored in. I mean, on paper, I majored in business management, but I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not stupid, but I majored in basketball. I didn't want to do anything else. I wanted to hoop. That was it. But like where I am right now with this podcast, with the online courses, you know what I'm saying? I'm also, by the end of the year, by the fourth quarter of this year, I want to have my first Airbnb property. You know what I'm saying? So where I'm at mentally, financially, just like everywhere, I feel like if I would have just had this mindset years ago, besides just like forcing myself to stay in school, I would be so much further along. So basically just to piggyback off of what you're saying.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like hindsight is 2020. So it's like, yeah, it's easy to say that shit, but like coming out of high school, it's like sometimes like, man, you can't rush God's timing. Like I know everybody here religious and shit.
Yeah.
But like, you can't rush God's
Religious
timing.
and shit.
I love me. But anyway, you can't rush God's timing. So it's like, all right, it took that time for you to, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's a blessing that you got it now. Some niggas don't get it till 30, 40, 50 in the grave. You feel me?
yeah, I definitely agree with that because like I definitely used to like come down on myself a lot when I was like, well, why I ain't figured this out once I knew football was over with. You know what I'm saying? Like when I realized that I should have had this going, but it's like I think I got saved at the right time. You know what I'm saying? So when I really was like I'm at this rock bottom and I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going, and then when you figure that stuff out and then it's working and it's consistent, it's like it helps you because like you know where you don't want to feel like again. You know where you don't want to go again. So it's like versus going straight into it. I mean, it's good to have, you know what I'm saying, because you got that time history with it, but it builds you a little bit different when you coming from that position of like feeling helpless and you don't have no sense of direction. So I mean,
So
I could just
say what you was about to say.
not to harp on this topic, but to kind of like go back to what you said. You said coming out of high school, you was really trying to figure out what you was gonna do outside of football and stuff like that. And what you said was key was that you got saved at the right time. Like most people ain't granted to get saved at that time. So like just since we talking about college in general right now,
we all different.
yeah. So people who are in your position probably just jump into college and don't have a reason of why they want to go. So like they trying to find themselves in college when that's not really what they need to be doing.
And that's why I think college is a scam, because that's the case with most people. Most people go to college so they know they won't have to get a real job and they got time to figure out what they want to do, and then end up dropping out in the third year. And now they got all this debt. That's where the pyramid.
But that's where I say like if you're gonna do college, if you're gonna go to college, like just make sure you going and what you doing is what you want to do. Like, cause if we being honest, like some professions you just gotta have a degree. Like you can't make you can't work around it. Like, but if you just make sure you going for that reason, don't go and just to try to like find yourself or whatever.
But the thing
like
is though, like also like you gotta think about it for athletes, right? Like let's say I would like you know what I'm saying playing football in college. A lot of people they major in exercise science. You know what I'm saying? If you play football or sports management, some still.
But they're doing that just because they really major in football.
So with me,
But
I mean, I majored in exercise science, so
I like what you said. Not to cut you off, but with that,
Other niggas know, bro. We've been here for like 3 years and I win.
I ended up dropping out.
That shit's news.
But when it comes to that though, it's like you you for real going to college and you play football is you're going for football, not really for college. But I mean,
not in everybody's case.
not
Not in everybody's
scenario,
case.
though, but
There's some people out
like-
here that know.
But I will say that like when it comes to like I try to preach this to all the young people now. When it comes to like high schoolers, if you're getting ready to go to college or if you in college, like please really sit down and evaluate. You know what I'm saying? Your options. You know what I'm saying? Because in school, everybody got the same goal and dream. NFL, D1. That's in everybody's. You know what I'm saying? That's in everybody's just that they list of what they want to do. But it's like it's so much out there. Like if I knew or thought about the stuff I do now, back then it'd be like my mind is just open up to so much more. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I do appreciate how it happened for me though, because like I mean I feel like God gave me that. You know what I'm saying? He put that sense of direction in my path when he did.
In some cases, though, you have to get knocked down to figure out your real direction. Because I mean, to be honest, let's keep it a buck. Did you always want to have a clothing brand when you was a kid?
At an early younger age, I definitely thought about it.
You thought about it, or you wanted to?
No, I mean it was like one of those things. Like I would have one.
You would have one, or you wanted to have one?
I mean, yeah.
Right. So,
but I mean,
what was your primary dream?
Me, football, and then like when I got like out of school, real estate.
Right. So when it came to football, you had to get your ass knocked down and be like, okay, well, let me find another route. I mean, sometimes, like me personally, I didn't want to have a podcast initially. I knew I loved communications, but I never was gonna say, hey, like I want to have a podcast or I'm gonna have a radio show. I want to have a talk show when I grow up. Y'all all know I wanted to hoop. When that didn't go the way I wanted it to go, I had to, okay, you knock me back. I'm on my pivot, and then we gonna swindle into something else. So sometimes you just gotta know, man. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. You just have to know you have to have a backup plan. That's where backup plans really come into play. So if you were talking about backup plan, that's a different case. But like me personally, I'm one of the people I was one of the people when I was a kid. I used to always say, a plan B distracts you from your plan A. You know what I'm saying? And I still believe that to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, man, you just can't let anybody knock you, you know what I'm saying, off your pivot and you just fall down. You got to figure out how to gather yourself and then just go back to whatever else it is that you want to do.
I agree with you, but at the same time, it's different because like, I think like niggas just got to be more self-aware. Like,
Yeah.
Q, what position you play? How tall are you?
Like a nice 5'7".
If you were playing running back, fullback,
7 dog.
Lamar like 5'10", bro. You probably like 5'8".
Like the same. Stand up, real quick.
Bro, he's taller than you, bro. He's taller than you, bro.
yeah, you probably not 5'7". You probably like
All right, you about 5'8".
5'8", 5'9".
How tall is you? You say you 5'10"?
5'10". You like
We the
5'8",
same
5'9".
height.
Nah.
But nigga,
the same height.
Aaron Donald had question marks and he's 6'2".
Yeah, for
off
sure.
the line. So it's like if niggas was self-aware, it's like, the league probably ain't gonna happen at an early age.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
like,
I never.
But who grows up being that pessimistic?
No,
though?
wait, because nigga, damn nigga,
We just debating. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, all right, yes, you exist all your options, but in the back of your mind, it's like, yeah, but if like once again, like everything happening on God's timing, everything happened on God's timing. Like you can't, God's timing is perfect. You feel me? So it's like, all right, yeah, like I'm gonna try, I'm gonna go. But let's say he started that shit 3 years earlier. It might not be a success how it is now. But what I'm saying is, yeah, like you need to exhaust all your options, but at the same time, you just need to have your mind open and be ready for all possibilities.
How do y'all feel about telling kids reality?
It needs to be. It needs to happen.
But what do you mean by that though?
All right.
Santa Claus not real.
No. Not stuff like that. But as far as like, all right, you, like, say me and you walk into, we go to Euclid, or, you know what I'm saying? Just go talk to the kids. And we already know certain players that are definitely going D1. Definitely has a possibility, right? But then you got all the other kids, and they all got the same dream. Do y'all think it's okay to? Do you think the kids should like just let them dream, or do you think
No,
I think reality check.
Hell no,
I don't. That shit's so big. People be so big on trying to just let the kid live their life and let the kid. They need to hear it.
Nah, you would rather you tell them than to have somebody else tell them.
I'm coming with statistics. I'm pulling up the paper. How many kids in the United States are gonna go D1?
No, I don't go statistics. When it comes to the kids, I don't go statistics because statistics lie. If I told LeBron James when he was 12 years old, hey, chances is, bro, you're not gonna make the league because however many kids go to the league.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so what are you saying?
You said like you as far as you calling out. All right, you and you. You already got them offers. Y'all are already in that next bracket. But as for the rest of y'all, you don't have any offers right now. Position wise, you're not really. You know what I'm saying? You're not really that good. So you got to go based off of. You know what I'm saying? Like you going based off of like, you know what I'm saying, that athlete. If I'm talking to LeBron, yeah, you probably gonna make it. Like it's a good chance. Keep on the right path.
Him, son.
You know what I'm saying? Now when it comes to the rest of y'all, come over here. Let me talk to y'all about what's possible.
Statistics won't define, hard work does. Cause me personally, bro, it's like my fault.
Go ahead.
But it's like with statistics, bro. Like I just said, even if you don't talk about somebody like LeBron, because LeBron is a once in a generational person. But if you're talking about, I don't know, a second class type of athlete, third class type of athlete, right? They could still put in enough hard work to get to their profession. Even if we're not talking about sports, let's talk about real estate. Let's talk about being a lawyer, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I can say, hey, chances are you won't be this. But the thing with the kids now, when we going back talking about these kids, is they think this shit is easy. That's where the problem lies. And I get on both of my little brothers about this consistently. I'm like, yo, a lot of kids grow up wanting to do what you do. I don't know if you know how many people on this earth, but it's billions. It's not thousands, it's not hundreds of thousands, it's not millions, it's billions. So it's very possible that you can get to the league. But out of all these people out here, you gotta outwork everybody. So like, for example, L, man, when I told L that, I promise you, like, something clicked. Something clicked for him because it's like he in the gym every day. He a gym rat. So I wouldn't try to kill his dreams and bombard him with statistics to try to get him to move on to something else. I'm gonna give him a higher chance by telling him, hey, you just gotta outwork everybody. Because look at somebody like Kobe. Kobe, bro, I mean, he outworked everybody, and that's how he got to his position. Nobody threw no damn statistics at him. They threw out the hard work that probably everybody else was doing. So if I throw out all the hard work and how many people out here, yeah, I'm gonna make you work harder. And then when you work harder, that's gonna increase your chances. When you throw out statistics, that's gonna decrease their mindset.
So let me ask you this. A football player never played football in his life and start playing football in 11th grade. What's his odds?
Depends. How tall is he? What is? Because we know somebody that did that.
Oh, I know somebody who did that.
I'm saying we talking about the same person.
Probably.
So I mean, technically, his.
But according to statistics, his
You see what I'm saying?
that's what I'm saying. Like according to his statistics, I mean, he's not gonna make it because he's only played two years of high school ball.
I mean, you could say that, but also though, he was definitely just a natural freak athlete.
Okay, but we talk about
His
statistics
height and
though.
everything like that.
We talk about
I
statistics.
ain't gonna lie. I get what y'all saying, but I had the statistics talk. I had that conversation, and it opened my mind. It's just like
That's killing the youth,
Like-
bro.
Me personally,
That's killing the youth, bro.
I understand where Q's coming from. I understand where y'all's coming from. Like my approach would be like, bro, like enjoy what you're doing right now. Enjoy what you're doing and soak up everything you're doing because it might not be. You might not use it in the way that you think you're gonna use it, but nigga, you might be a coach.
I agree.
You might be a scout. It might not be I'm on the field, but the knowledge that you are picking up what you're doing right now, it could be beneficial to you in a different way.
I say, know what you up against.
You say what?
Know what you up against.
Right,
That's
but
You know what I'm saying?
bro, if you a coach, bro, if you a high school coach, everybody on your team not going D1. You gonna have that conversation with those players who going D3, who going JUCO. You feel me? Like it's not.
And that's beautiful the way to
Right.
look at it. That's a beautiful way to look at
That's
it.
what I'm saying. And that just because you go JUCO, I mean, shit. What's your odds? But you know how many NBA players come from junior colleges
And go to the
players
league.
Cam Newton won the MVP. He went to a junior college, bro. Like
Right.
that's
Jimmy
crazy.
Butler
Jimmy
played in the
Butler.
NBA Finals a couple years ago. Went
So
to a
it's-
JUCO.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like you wanna make sure that.
I mean,
they
it's
know-
all about how you approach it, you know what I'm saying, who you talking to and everything like that, but it's just like, that kind of stuff should be known, though. Like, I feel like you should know those kind of stuff, so you
I feel
know,
like-
so you know what your plan is.
But I feel like if you in high school, bro, you should know what you like, what your options are.
And that's where self-awareness.
That's where
comes
it
from,
don't be
bro. Like,
that don't be happening though, because nobody says anything to them about that. They just let it go on, and then when senior year come, like I promise you, bro. Like for instance, I'm not about to put nobody's name out there, but my senior year, bro, coaching wise, they didn't care where none of the seniors was doing.
But going into
You know
my
what I'm
senior
saying?
year, bro, I didn't know where I was gonna play college at, but I knew I was gonna play somewhere.
Right, but it's just like, as far as the help, the coaching, the life coaching outside of football was not there. That's where a lot of people fail. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people that I graduated with that could have easily been top, you know what I'm saying, Big Ten.
Bro,
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Bro,
I don't know, bro.
Bro, yes. I ain't gonna get no names, but we'll talk afterwards, though.
I mean, niggas be all practice
Bro,
though.
Huh?
Niggas be all practice.
No, for sure.
Niggas,
All practice. It's definitely been some. It's definitely been some
Bruh,
that did all practice.
Bruh,
What?
yeah, for sure though, but
I
no,
ain't shit no breast,
but no, it was some big players there that had potential though, but as far as when it comes to coaching and just putting people in the right direction, it was just like it was only about playing football. It was nothing about
So,
life
go ahead.
afterwards. Go ahead.
So that's where the mentorship and coaching comes into place, and it's funny because that's our actual topic is the
get into that
mentorship and the coaching. But so before we get more deep
what was
into
you
it,
about to say? Because what you was about to say is important.
Yeah, what I was about to say was to kind of go to answer Quincy's original question: if are you gonna tell your kids reality? Like, I really think reality not gonna set in until that person becomes self-aware of their options. Like, you gotta know at some point, man, like, this ain't it. Like, I'm not gonna be able to do what I want to do. Like, this is what it is. Like, I could tell y'all the sky is green, bruh, and y'all could be like, nah, it's blue. But until I become self-aware and know, like, hey, man, that shit is blue, I'm not gonna give a fuck. Like, I'm just gonna keep thinking what I want to think, and that's where I think until someone becomes self-aware of what their circumstances, what their options are, reality ain't gonna never kick in. So, yeah, to kind of answer your question, yeah, I would tell them to weigh their options. I wouldn't bombard them with statistics, but I do understand your approach with that. But I'll kind of tell them, like, ahead of time, like, if I see it, that it's not gonna work, I'm like, well, I throw it out there, like, maybe you should think about using this talent and parlaying it to something else, like, just to keep their options over, just to not kill that dream, because they may still have that passion to play football or to play basketball, but they just don't have either the physical gifts, or they don't have the look, or it just didn't swing their way, but they got something that can probably contribute towards.
I'll put it to you like this, and I think it was different because it came from my father. My father sat me down one day. He said, "Keep it a buck, Quincy. Right now, your grades, you transferred, your film. Right now, you was injured. You know what I'm saying." And then he went ahead and went over numbers with me. It was like, we gotta figure something out, but be ready. You know what I'm saying? So it hurt me. I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to practice. I'm working out. I'm doing all this other stuff, and you know what I'm saying? I'm blinded by it, but I know it in deep down though. You know what I'm saying? And I think coming from my father, it was different than coming from like anybody else, because like this somebody who, you know what I'm saying, who cared the most out of anybody. But him telling me my odds helped me, because it's like I think I was a little bit more prepared. You know what I'm saying? And I took what I had and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? So I still was like involved as far as, you know, other stuff. You know what I'm saying? When it come to like, I was doing training a little bit, help coaching and stuff like that while I was in that. And I still love football. You know what I'm saying? I still love football. I still love being involved with certain stuff like that. But coming from my own father, when he's telling me like, yo, these are your odds. Let's like, it was tough. I ain't gonna lie, it hurt. You know what I'm saying? But that's something I needed though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's address the elephant in the room.
But yeah, so but the thing with that is, he gave you the real. I would say he gave you the real, but it didn't sound like he gave you a statistic. You feel me? He did.
Like, as far as the whole conversation,
But it's like he was talking about you. He was talking about you. He said your film. You transferred.
No. He said all that kind of stuff too, but he went ahead and broke down, because I mean, y'all probably heard the actual the odd numbers from NFL, college, high school. Like, we've all heard that. Like he went ahead, and I've never heard the odds before. When he told me, all right, how many, he went ahead and wrote it down for me. He wrote down how many high school players are on the United States of America. Then he went ahead and did how many high school players next took to D1 school. Then he went high school players from D2 and D3. And then he went ahead and went from D1 to NFL. D2 to, you know what I'm saying? So when he broke down, I'm like, these are a lot of fucking numbers. Like, this is a lot going on right now. But I've never, you know what I'm saying? You're looking at Ohio. You know what I'm saying? When you play football in Ohio, you don't look at, you know what I'm saying, a lot of other schools and stuff like that. But when he showed me the numbers, I'm like that's crazy. So it opened up my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think people take stuff differently, but that's how I viewed it. Like, that, him doing that for me helped me personally.
It sounded like it did. It sounded like it did. And however, it's like with me, when I have children, I'm not gonna bring up statistics, and I'm gonna try to be a mentor to them, because I feel like it's a difference between telling the real and telling the statistics. Of course, you know, statistics have some type of truth behind them, but when I say telling the real, going back to sports again, and I don't want to keep going back to sports because there's other things that people do professionally. However, I'm gonna tell my son, right? Say my son want to play D1 basketball. My son want to play D1 basketball, but he's, let's say, a role player on JV, right? Okay, you want to go D1, you're a role player on JV. Let me tell you this, all right? There's millions, billions of people out here, millions of kids, you know, middle school, high school, you know, 12th grade, 11th grade, 9th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade, 8th grade. If you become a professional, you're going to go against all of them. So stop limiting yourself by going against high schoolers. You're going against everybody. So if you even in the school and you not even standing out against them, what makes you think if I put you in Pennsylvania, you're going to stand out in Pennsylvania? What makes you think if I put you in Maine, you're going to stand out in Maine? What makes you think if I put you in Cali, you're going to stand out in Cali? So you have to really put your head down and work. If you put your head down and outwork everybody, and you start to see you a standout, start walking in with that confidence in every room. So the room that you're in right now, know that you a standout. Once you know you a standout in that room, you need to go in every other room and know that you a standout too. And at that point, I think your odds of success extremely increased. So, y'all, before we get into what we were just talking about, it really transcends into the topic that we're going to talk about. But before, let's talk about our Fiverr affiliate. So, Fiverr is a special app that lists everyday entrepreneurs' hustles. You'll find multiple services such as edits, photography, logo edits, and more. We are Hustle Off the Ground, so we definitely promote any way that elevates your hustle. Make sure you listing your services as well or getting services done to help what you want grow. Now, mentorship and coaching as a whole. I mean, we talked about, really finding your lane just now, being self-aware, but to really talk about how mentorship and coaching can grow you. And we just talked about from the sports aspect, but let's talk about from this life aspect. Because all of us, well, most of us, like all of our friend groups, outside of the five of us, most of us had our father, right? But even from the professions that we are in, a lot of us may or may not have had coaching or mentorship. And let's not even talk about our associates and people that we know. Almost all of them had no type of mentorship or coaching. How do y'all value that, or what's y'all thoughts on just the mentorship and coaching today and how it contributes to success?
I mean, personally, I reached out and went to get myself a mentor after I graduated to try to like cope with that adjustment into being out of school and trying to find a profession and a career. Mm-hmm. So, and like you said, like we had our fathers, but like I couldn't go to my father for that because he didn't go through what I went through. So it was
right.
like I couldn't ask him that. But
the road is different.
Yeah, the road was different. So, but I actually went into doing that and getting a mentor to just, and this was somebody I've been knew. I knew him since I was younger. We went to church together and everything like that. But I got him because I seen what he was doing. Like I seen that he was in the sports industry and he's in tech and all this other stuff, and it's aligned with what I want to do. So I think if you get a mentor, I think a mentor would be pivotal, especially if you need one as far as, you're going through an adjustment and you're in a profession that you have or whatever it is. Like having a mentor or a coach would take you miles down the road because your mentor is going to tell you some shit that they went through, so you don't even got to go through it. So if you look at it in that way, is that they just preparing you for or keeping you away from all the harms and the dangers of what could possibly become, then, the whole thing of having a mentor, that whole thought wouldn't be a thing anymore. Like everybody would take it more seriously and start looking to get a mentor. Mm-hmm.
I definitely think it's important. But I mean, it really all depends on what kind of mentor or coach, and what I'm saying, life is very important. Like my father, I can go to him with any type of question.
So I'm more so talking about in your profession, because your father was a football. You know what I'm saying? Like something a little bit different.
I mean, profession wise too, business. You know what I'm saying? Creating my LLC, doing certain things like that. So in my personal business, I mean, he has help. But
okay, so let me be a little bit more clear, like the nitty gritty. So your father, yeah, of course he helped you with like the LLC. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it all depends. But yeah, in that aspect of it though, for sure. Shout out to my guy Tim from Black Coin Market. He's my coach in this process now. Like I can go to him for anything as far as question wise, as far as ideas, like certain things I look and get mad at him a little bit because like I have a crazy idea about something and he'll just shut it down, but with the way he shut it down, he coached me, he telling me why, you know what I'm saying, whether it's an experience he had in general. Like I was telling him I was trying to invest into possibly like a screen printer machine, you know what I'm saying, that's like $1,500, and right. He shut it down like, yo, you about to do it full time, are you about to start a business for screen printer? You know what I'm saying? So he just opened my eyes to different stuff like that. And then when it comes to like certain little detail stuff, it definitely helps out for sure. I think it's very important.
I think it's important too. And I ain't gonna lie, I expected a complete 180 of your answer because I remember this was never a topic, but how many months ago was that we touched on this a little bit?
Episode?
Huh?
The big episode?
I was thinking before that. I was
thought we
thinking
did
it was
talk
one
about this
episode.
before, right?
I feel like we talked about it one day, just like for like 2 seconds when we was at when we was recording at Watt's house still.
Oh, this nigga.
Both of them though. He agreed with him. He agreed with him. But he agreed with him though.
What are you talking about? Hold on.
Yeah.
We was, whoa, brother.
I said put that Facebook first.
Nah, so look, we was having a conversation about the importance of coaching, and you was like, I brought up high school, and I brought up how like before Roski got there, like we was just a ball of potential, but Roski got that bitch rolling, and you was like, nah, nigga, like I was who I was. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. I'm not gonna renege on my word. I did say that, but I never said coaching wasn't important. Rewind the tape. We gonna
Play the tape. No, play the tape, man.
I never said that coaching wasn't important. But when it comes to stuff like that, like the example that I just used with Quincy, Tariq from Heights, never played football a day in his life. He was gonna be that regardless. He's a freak athlete, and he was gonna be whether he was with that coach or whatever coach.
He was still gonna be that way.
So I'm not saying coaching doesn't matter, but in a situation like that where you come in so late in your career, yes, I'm already gonna be what I'm gonna be. You feel me? Like that's just like Lamar's example. The example that Lamar just used, right? If he would have did that 3 years later, it's gonna be like, all right, well, I've already learned what I need to know about not being in school. So the fact that he came so late, yes, of course, I was gonna go to college and play ball whether Roski came or not.
What
Do you think? And I'm sorry to cut you off. So you had a pretty successful college career, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, pretty successful college career. So, but do you think Roski has contributed anything to that, or would you also still say I was going to have that same career anyway, minus that coach?
See, that's hard to say, but I would say Roski taught me things that's outside of football.
Off the field.
Off the field.
Okay.
You feel me? But on the field, it probably going to end up the same regardless whether he was there or not.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, all right.
Because he came so late. I was already, and I'm not saying I didn't get more developed, but I was
Right.
already developed when Roski came. It just, he gave me that you feel me? He gave me that discipline that I needed to take the next level.
And not to sound so vague about it, I don't want to sound real detailed and just try to tiptoe dance around the answer, but do you just think he made, as far as on the field, because we clearly know he made an impact in your life off the field,
Right.
clearly. On the field, nothing would have changed if he would have never came.
It's hard to say, bro, because he came. But I mean, I'm not gonna say. But anyway, I'm not. It's hard to say.
The school you went
I
to,
probably
did you
wouldn't
have
have been
before?
exactly the same. Like it probably wouldn't be exactly the same. But I was already, like I said before, I knew where I was going.
You knew you was gonna play. I mean,
knew I was
because
gonna play
I understand. I understand that part. But like for me, right? I don't think, from a sports aspect, I don't think I've ever had a great coach ever. Middle school, we had Petaway. High school, we had 3 coaches in a 4-year span. College, he outright hated me. So, in high school, I remember this day specifically. I will never forget this day. My coach said, he sat us down, and he tried to give us that real talk that we were talking about, referencing, 10 minutes ago. He sat us all down. He said, you have potential to play college ball. You have potential to play college ball. You have potential to play college ball. And you have potential to play college ball. You know who that motherfucker didn't select? Me. But it's cool because I said, hey, fuck you. I'm going to play ball anyway. And guess what I did? I played ball, and only literally out of that whole squad, I said about 6 people that he named. Only one person besides me played college basketball. So that was the greatest. We cool right now. We cool now, but that was the greatest fuck you that I ever delivered in my life. Was, beating those type of odds. So I understand what you're saying. It's like, you him. You know you him, but at the end of the day, I still do think we need some type of development, because I really do wholeheartedly believe if I had, on the basketball court, if I had a Roski, if Euclid was to have a Roski, I feel like the program would be so much different. So much more kids could have went to college.
Now, I
Shit,
would
maybe
tell-
even professionally.
Now I will tell you this: if I would have got him 3 years earlier, it would be a whole different story right now.
Oh, State.
He'd be the lead.
I'm not gonna say that. Everything happens for a reason.
For sure.
but
Yeah.
It'll be a whole different story. Imagine if Ty had Roski years ago. He'll be like it's. So I'm saying
He
like
probably already be in the NFL.
So although mentoring matters, it also timing is everything. You feel me? Timing is everything. So whether that's catching that right mentor at the right time or them coming into your life later for a purpose.
Just soak up what you can.
Soak up what you can. You know what I'm saying? Like
not
as
be
long as you get that mentor, it's really not gonna matter. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you can get that person at the right time.
So stepping away from the sports aspect, right? You're a financial advisor, okay? Quincy, you have a co-line, but we know everybody has somebody, even if we won't label him as a mentor, we all have somebody that we kind of can talk to. However, there's this stigma in the black community, get it out the mud. God bless you. God bless you. But it's this get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? It's no greater feeling when you get it from the dirt. We hustle off the ground. You know what I'm saying? Now, we do this thing, though, to where we don't want help a lot of times. We don't want help. And that, to me, is the dumbest shit ever. Really. It stops your progress. Now, if you know you him, like I said, if you know you him, you're going to be successful. Because I know I'm him. I'm going to be successful. But, shit, if I could speed up this process, you know, if you could tell me, hey, watch that mud right there. If you could tell me that, yes, I'm going to skip over it. I would much rather have a clean slate than just do all these hurdles. Like, people, I don't know why we want to go through hurdles.
Bro, and that's the
right.
and
Hold on, let me get this off my chest.
I gotta remember.
Nah, well, you right, but like at the same time, like just playing devil's advocate, like it's hard to see who genuine.
I was holding it in.
Like, it's hard to
but
see
that's
who's
what I-
genuine.
that's what
Like,
I was-
let's have a conversation. Like some people, like they'll help you, but when you make it to where you make it, nigga, I got you there. Nigga, you wouldn't be there if it wasn't for me.
Is he lying?
True, but at the same time, it's like, nigga,
Is it about me or you?
If I'm helping you, nigga, it's because, nigga, I genuinely want to help you,
Facts.
nigga.
I
It's
100%
because, nigga,
agree.
I want you to look back and be like, bro, thank you.
Absolutely.
I
I
appreciate
agree
you.
with you 100%.
It's not me putting an investment in you so that when you make it,
You have to
oh,
owe me
nigga,
something.
you owe me.
Right. No, I 100% agree.
Like, bro, think about how many times like you would do something for somebody, or somebody would do something for you, and then they throw it in your face later.
But I
That's
got
a shitty feeling.
right, but my thing, so my rebuttal to that would be, well, if you know what I'm saying, if I helped you get there, then and the nigga talking like that to you, that obviously means that you haven't showed him enough thanks.
Does it?
Unless he's just a hating ass nigga, then that was bad decision making.
people-
So my rebuttal to you would be, money make the world go round. Everything I feel like you have to give something. You always have to give something, right? So let's use you as an example. There was somebody else. There was somebody else that wanted to literally told you word for word. They want to invest in your brand, right? Somebody that invests in your brand. You would be a damn fool if he was to invest in your brand and you would sit there and think he wouldn't expect anything back. Not saying he's a mentor. I don't want to get completely off track, but he's giving you something. He's contributing to you. And you would be a damn fool to be like, man, this motherfucker expecting $10,000. All this motherfucker did was give me $80,000.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah, that's
talking-
different.
You know what I'm saying?
We
That
talking
is
two
a
separate
contract.
things.
Okay, but once again, you
I
saying
think you about to say something different. But
That's
I was
business.
about to say something different.
That's
yeah,
business.
as far as like the whole coaching wise and saying something back, but
but
Let
my
me ask you a
other,
question.
what's up?
Let me put you like this.
What's up?
Your parents, right?
Yeah.
Your parents have done a tremendous job raising you. Okay?
I appreciate it. I hope they see this and they'll tell you thank
Real
you.
shit. They've done a tremendous job raising you, right? Let's say down the line you make it to where we think you're gonna make it to, right? And they was to come to you and be like, nigga, you owe me this. You owe me this. You owe me this.
We talked about
You owe me this. Nigga, I ain't asked to be here.
We talked about this.
I ain't tell you I'm fucked.
We talked about that on family dynamics.
But like real shit, like, and those are your parents.
So you
So
have
what
to
the
know.
fuck do you think a nigga off the street is telling me that shit?
You have
Like,
to.
nigga, fuck you.
You have to know who people are. So
that's
what Maya Angelou, yeah, you're right. Maya Angelou and DMX took it from Maya Angelou, but both of them said it. You have to trust people for who they are. You have to trust a snake to bite you. You have to trust a thief to steal from you. Expect a murderer to kill somebody. You know. So I think Lamar's mentorship example was perfect. He said his mentor, obviously his father could not contribute because his father did not walk in his shoes. Right? Now, the mentor that Lamar picked, he's known this brother for years. They even attend the same church. So you have to look to see the intentions before y'all work together, before that coaching and mentorship happen. I'm not about to just go on Google and say, hey, looking for a mentor, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You have to look into people, bro, before you take something on like that.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not against mentoring. I think mentoring is a great tool and everybody needs it. Like, let's not get that shit misconstrued. All I'm saying is we were speaking to why people are hesitant to get mentoring, why they rather do it themselves, because nobody wants to have their success thrown in their face. I'd rather be self-made than to have the next motherfucker feel like they made me who I am. Like Hov said, motherfucker said they made Hov. Hov say, okay, so make another Hov. That's a fact. Nigga, you didn't. Nigga, I would like he said, I would have been me, regardless. Regardless, you don't want nobody throwing whatever little shit they contributed to your success story in your face.
I feel like a mentor. If you're a true mentor, you're never gonna be able to say you got there because of me. Because what mentors do is they lead the horse to the water, and then it's your job to drink.
Exactly. Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
Let me ask y'all something. So, you say you got two successful people. One, as far as person-wise, is a terrible person. One is a great person. The great person tell you, I can't get to you right now, but you know what I'm saying, when I can, I will. The terrible person, he know all the same stuff that the good person do. Are you taking that help from the bad person, or are you gonna wait?
I'm gonna wait.
So, dog, this
How do you know?
this weaves in. Wait,
You know which one. You know which one's good and bad. You heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nigga, I'm not about to openly go to a bad person. I ain't about to openly just go to a bad person.
No, what I'm saying, you know the intent. You know they a bad person, but it's just like they have the same success and they have the same blueprint that the good person's gonna give you.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, nigga, I'm
I
a
want
way.
a busy person. And that actually weaves right into my job, bro, because it's like it's people at my job who want to do work with me, and it's people at my job who I want to do work with. I'm always gonna want to do work with people I want to do work with because they're always chasing something. They don't have time for me. So when I catch up to them, I'm gonna milk them for everything that I can. That's how I look at it personally.
And then even with the busy people, bro, you have to. I think about it like this. And don't get me wrong. Now, to switch up that scenario a little bit, if they're both great people and I know both of their intentions and they're both great and they both have the same blueprint, of course I'm gonna go with the less busy person. But initially, with me, the way I look at stuff, the way I analyze things, is he's busy for a reason. There's a reason why he's busy. He's a great coach. He's a great mentor. Clearly, these people they advocate for him. That's why I would go with the more busy person. So yeah, I have no problem waiting. I have no problem waiting because who knows? Who's to say? All right, that extra 3 weeks that it took me to wait, that's gonna be worth it because he might push me further than this brother will push me. Like I said, once again, it's because he's busy for a reason. Literally, I mean, the quote is very self-explanatory. Everything happens for a reason. You waited for a reason.
I will say one thing though, and this is, I don't know if it's just me, but I personally like becoming an expert off of self-coaching or self-teach. Like me teaching myself something and I become an expert at it, it's a great feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I put that work and I put that time and I put that effort in, and nobody can take that away from me. You know what I'm saying? So when I be at home and somebody sleep and I figure out how to do certain things, I don't have to ask my business partner how to do this and that. That make me feel better.
But not to.
Let me ask you this though. What if somebody taught me the same exact thing as you just learned, and I learned that shit 24 hours quicker?
That's cool. Like I mean, I like I said, like I think both things are great. You know what I'm saying? Even though you know what I'm saying that you learned it, but on a personal thing, it's like those are memories that you can't take away from me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that time and that effort.
So you literally. So
makes
it
me
sounds
better.
like you literally just fucking with the struggle.
I mean, it's not really struggle. I mean, it's not really struggle versus whether somebody just gives it to you or not. I don't really consider that a struggle. I just consider that I don't know, just a being molded or shaping yourself.
Bro,
But what I'm saying is the same shit can happen if you.
But that's just like what Harold said though, right? If it's a bump in the road, is it gonna take you driving your car over that bump to realize that that bump was there, or would you rather somebody tell you that bump is there? Watch out.
Watch out for it.
You feel me? So I'd rather somebody tell me before I have to endure that struggle myself or that stress myself, so I can avoid that rather than going through it myself and bumping my head. You feel me? On certain occasions, majority of the time.
And not to just like shit on what you're saying, but you also said they can't take that away from me that I learned. I mean, Derek, you made a point. You said a lot of people sometimes when they have mentors, or to play devil's advocate of what you said when people teach or when people try to be mentorships, when they're successful, they say, hey, I got you there, whatever the case may be. You said, all right, well, if I do this shit myself, there's nothing that they can take from me. So if you have a coach, yes, they could say, I got you there, whatever the case may be. But they can't take the information from you. They can't teach you, and then y'all fall out and say, you know what, nigga, all that information, give me that shit back. You can't do that. So, and 90% of mentors end up becoming mentors as well. You can, or it's 89, 88%, something like it's in the high 80s, low 90s. So a lot of mentors, the shit that they teach, they might not have endured it, but they still teach it themselves. So literally, you can know about it and still not experience it and still teach it to the next person. And that's where it is really confusing to me, to where it's like, and not even just the black community, I know I said the black community earlier, but it's people, period. Like, we want to struggle sometimes. Like, we have this feeling where we want to struggle, and like I said, that is dumb. Because like I said, 90% of mentors end up becoming mentors. So you telling me there's somebody in this world that said, okay, I want this to be my profession. Somebody that actually did go through it in the past said, okay, look, come with me. I'm going to teach you about it. Don't do this. Don't do this. Do this and do this and do this. He absorbed all that game. And then he turned around to somebody and said, do this, don't do this, don't do this. He absorbed all that game. And then he can mentor. And now you got 10 people down the line that have not even endured a struggle. But we want to, because, I mean, shit, that mud look good. Hell yeah.
I don't really put it like that, though. I'll say this. When it come to, let me see how I'm going to put this. So, you can ask somebody the same question, like you can ask somebody a different question back to back when it's resources out for you to find it yourself. Like, so is that not being considered a tad bit lazy? Like, all right, so let's just say.
Elaborate.
Right,
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm
gonna put it to y'all like this, right?
Okay.
All right. And this is, I mean, I'm putting this on the air. Certain things in my business, I can easily, you know what I'm saying, go ask either my partner or somebody else I know about how to do certain things real quick. If I don't know the answer to myself, or I can dig, do a little research, boom, I got it. Now I know. You know what I'm saying? Versus me having to go out and ask this person like, yo, how you do this? If I do it on my own, if I figure it out on my own, that's cool too. Put a little work in. Like I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Like it's not about getting out the mud or anything like that. But it's just like I am capable of teaching myself something. So I mean, I don't know.
I'm with you.
So let me ask you this. So he said people loving the struggle and enduring the struggle or wanting to endure the struggle. Are you doing? Is that an ego thing? Because it's like, man,
I don't think that's an ego thing. I just think it's like
I think it's an ego thing too. But I think because it's pride. Because it's like you will rather go through the struggle rather than just simply just ask for a helping hand. Just be like, hey, can you just help me out? Like, please, like.
If I generally don't know something and I just can't figure it out, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm going back to the drawing board. I'm about to figure it out. Like I'll ask help.
So I was watching a podcast. So would you consider your partner's resources, right? Mm-hmm. If somebody knows something or has something that you don't have or know, that's considered a resource. There's not one successful person on this entire earth that doesn't use the resources
For something.
for whatever it is that they're successful at. So by you not using that resource, that's low key not smart because you have a resource right in front of you, and you know this walkway is clear, but you're gonna go this way instead.
Bro, 70. I saw this earlier because I knew he was gonna have this talk. I knew this was gonna come in handy. 71%.
I handed that notebook.
71% of Fortune 500 companies have a mentorship program. 71%. So that leaves 29% of people that got it out the mud. And you know how much quicker they could have got there? How much easier they could have got there with just a simple mentorship plan. And we talked about statistics earlier, right? We talked about statistics earlier. So think about how many people, think about the likelihood of success with a mentorship or with a mentor or with a coach.
Because only if they're successful.
Exactly. So if only 29% of people of Fortune 500 companies don't have a mentorship program, whatever the case may be, think about the rest of those people that's not successful. That's trying to get it out the mud.
It's gonna take long.
Simple, bro.
And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with taking your time, right? Because I mean,
it's nothing wrong with it.
Happens for a reason.
Yeah.
But if it's blatantly in your face and you not using those resources, not using those mentors, like that's not wise of you. You feel me? So that's just, it's not a good business decision.
And also, I don't necessarily think like mentors, like to your point of wanting to search. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't necessarily think a mentor is just there to. It's an answer book. You know what I'm saying? It's more so reflect stuff off of me. Because some things you are going to have to go look for. That's a fact. Your mentor is going to tell you that. You know what? Nah. Go do this, and this, and this. And you'll get your answer.
And if your mentor give you every answer, that's not a good mentor.
Let me ask you something real quick.
That's a bar.
When you in school, right? And you gotta, I want to see how y'all feel about this. And you have a teacher. In that classroom, you can ask your teacher pretty much anything, right? They're a mentor. They assign you homework. And you go home. Can you call your teacher up?
That's different.
That's different because everybody got.
Oh, whoa. Yes, nigga, yes, we can. Mrs. Burns.
Nigga, I mean,
that's a good point.
Mrs. Burns.
Shout out.
Shout out Miss Burns. Shout out Miss Burns.
You should expect that. You should expect that that's going to happen.
No, yeah, but I'm saying, so it's like when you at home and you doing your homework, you figuring it out.
I mean, you technically do. I mean,
but
9 times out of 10, nigga, the homework that you got, you learned this shit in class.
Thank you. She still taught you.
But
She taught you.
No, I'm talking about like you might have like a research project or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
She can't help you do research on your project though. You got to do that
Okay,
yourself. That's the point.
So we confuse
When you went class, you ask certain questions though.
We confuse a mentorship with holding somebody's hand. A mentor ain't gonna hold your hand.
They gonna tell you where to
You
go.
confusing it. They're not gonna say, "Okay, Quincy, here you go. Just go there."
But I'm just saying though, in that stage, as far as doing your homework, it creates that and it builds that sense of urgency of figuring it out. That's what I'm trying to get at with that topic. If you understand what I'm saying.
Well, if you don't have that sense of urgency prior to even beginning the process, let's go back. Let's backtrack to being self-aware. Let's go back. Because if you need to have that urgency before, during, and after having a mentor. There's no way to just say there's a benefit of just getting it. I don't think there's a true benefit of getting out the mud, of just getting out the mud, as we say. I don't think there's a true benefit.
Besides being able to say ain't nobody ever helped you.
Yeah, you can say that.
It builds character.
That's about it.
I'll say it builds character. But
that's about it.
And then, all right, another scenario. This how we gonna do it. Let's say you got Tom, and we talked about this before. So you got Tom and Jared. Jared is from inner city Cleveland. He wants to be a doctor, right? You got Tom. He went to a great school. He has great mentors. He has great people to get him into the doctor field. Then you got Jared, who nobody in his family's ever been to college. He doesn't have a mentor, you know what I'm saying? And he literally had to grind and earn every single thing he got to be a doctor, right? They're both doctors now. They both got up. They have the blueprint now. I want to learn from Jared.
Let me ask you a question.
Why?
Wait 1 second.
His character's different. Answer your question.
So, Jerry went to college, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go to college to be a doctor. You don't think Jerry had to network
Eventually, yeah.
to get those mentors
Right.
to get, because I think to go to middle school, you have to have recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think he might have got his mentors later?
But eventually he had help.
Motherfucker got mentors later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying.
But I'm saying as far as work ethic, I'd rather learn from him, you know what I'm saying, versus somebody who everything was just handed to him, you know what I'm saying? Because from that person, it's like, all right, for one, you can relate, but two, it's just like the story, the build up on it, and the work ethic.
Bro, but that goes
Kanye. Same, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. He had a million no's before he got a yes, and he still worked and perfected his craft. So it's just like, I think just learn from that type of person.
Kanye got mentors.
But that goes back to
for sure.
that goes back to the fact that we had said before though, like if you have a good mentor, he's not gonna give you any handouts.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just
He's going to assist you. And then,
'Cause
bro,
at that point,
at
he's
the end
not
of the
a
day,
mentor.
go ahead, bro.
You know what I'm saying? All I was saying is at that point he's not a mentor. If he just giving you, he a crutch. He just
and then,
walking
bro,
you through the motions.
We take that whole circumstances thing a little bit too much to heart. We take it too much to heart, bro. And I'll usually make a lot of comparisons to sports, right? So you talk about somebody like LeBron James again. LeBron came from the slums of Akron, single parent household. You know what I mean? He came from the dirt, right? Mm-hmm. He had those bumps. He got those mud stains, whatever the case may be. And he's probably one of the greatest athletes to ever gracefully walk this earth. Now, let's do a pivot to somebody like Steph Curry, right? Steph Curry's father played in the NBA, had a successful career, somewhat successful career. So now, would you sit here and say Steph Curry, it was just given to him? Because I can personally say you have to look into shit, bro. Because with LeBron, bro, he came from the slums, yeah. But you gotta look at Steph Curry's aspect. People gonna say, oh man, it was handed to him, or you know what I'm saying, he had this or whatever. But you gotta think about what he had to endure. Yeah. He won't make it to the league like his father did. You know what I'm saying? He won't have a 14-year NBA career like his father did.
And people don't realize
he's frail. That's a struggle within itself.
It's a different type of struggle.
So how you talk about how them slums and everything build character? Shit coming from the top might build character too. Think about what Bronny has to endure, bro.
It's a pedigree, man.
Think about what Bronny. Man, when we went to that game. We went to that game, bro. All the shit that was on Bronny. A 14-year-old, I mean, granted, no 14-year-old should be smoking bag. But 14-year-old smoke bag every day. Don't shit happen. You post it on the gram, oh, all right, whatever. Bronny smokes some bag, that shit going viral. He got a spotlight on his back. Plus he got to make it to the league like his dad. He has the last name. He has a name, LeBron James Jr. You don't think that shit building character?
That is different though, bro. I mean, like what you saying is 100% right, but it's still different though because you talking about all right. If you talking about like Steph Curry, for instance, yes,
talk to me, man.
Like technically, yes, you know what I'm saying. It's a different type of struggle, but resources wise, it still helped. Like you know what I'm saying. Like resource wise, he still had his father being a coach. The resources still helped. He still had the, you know what I'm saying, going to a good school, going to good trainers. You know what I'm saying. That's stuff that money can take care of, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I agree with you saying, though. Still different. Like, circumstances are different, you know what I'm saying? He had to go through a lot of peer pressure, you know what I'm saying? The name itself, you know, all that kind of stuff goes into it. Still different, though. But
I see what you're saying.
Absolutely right.
I see what you're saying.
Absolutely
I think with something like that, it probably caters more so to the demographic that you're in where you want to mentor like that. So what I'm basically saying is, let me elaborate. If you came from the bottom, you probably gonna want somebody that's similar. If I came from some money and I don't know how to really cope with everything with the cameras being on me all the time from a pup, I'm not gonna go to somebody that came from the bottom. I'm gonna go to somebody that came from similar circumstances. So maybe that's where our disconnect is right
like,
there.
Like Fresh Prince, for instance. Like, you know what I'm saying? We watched that. Carlton, you know what I'm saying? He would rather seek help from somebody who came from where he's come from versus Will would rather, you know what I'm saying, get it from somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that he can relate to. So I think it all go about that too, though.
Facts.
Oh no, we talking about Fresh Prince.
That last episode was ass. Now, not only, wait, y'all got anything else y'all want to say? All right, so we pulling out scenario time back. You feel me?
Minute.
Yeah, we gonna get the hustlers music for y'all too. So we gonna keep scenario time. We gonna keep scenario time short. And they don't know what I'm about to knock them upside the head with either. We ain't even rehearsed this. Y'all ready? All right.
Let me hear it, my boy.
So it can be anybody, but I said mother. Your mother is kidnapped, right? Ransom, $40,000. Now, yeah, $40,000. Now, you see, not him, you know, exactly, but let's say you see a drug dealer, top city drug dealer, walking around with about $55K in a duffel bag. You peek and you just see all that shit. You see all that shit, right? Or across the street, you see stripping contests. Grand prize, $55,000. You robbing that nigga or you shaking your junk?
I ain't gonna fake.
You shaking your junk?
You ever seen P Valley?
Oh yeah.
You ever seen P Valley? How did Alder become a stripper?
Damn, fuck she. Forgot.
She won the contest.
I seen it.
Oh yeah.
So y'all,
She won the contest. Yeah.
you shaking your junk?
Man, I ain't gonna fake to you, bro. Yeah, bro.
You shaking your junk?
Yeah, bro. I'm saying, nigga, bro, do you understand? Like, if you rob a drug dealer, nigga, that's gonna
The
be so
repercussions?
you gonna
First
die.
off, I was
The
thinking,
repercussions.
Your mom, she might get taken
Bro,
again.
well, it's not shit for me to go. Right,
They're coming back.
Y'all better move.
exactly. Now y'all gotta move on to some other
I mean,
shit.
you know what I do first though? I'll go up to her and ask him.
Nigga, here, smack you.
I'm like, hey, look, man. I'm like, look, man, brother to brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
But you know what's gonna happen?
You go,
though?
but that's what come with the game.
Oh, okay. Well, I give you this money, but you gotta give me this back in 2 weeks.
No, you
plus
work-
another 20K.
No, you working
You
for
work
me.
for me now.
You a soldier.
Oh,
You
yeah.
work for me.
You a soldier.
I'm not gonna.
But he gotta get proven though.
But hold
Wait,
on, there's no guarantee that you gonna win that contest.
Huh? Wait, what is third?
Ain't no guarantee I'm gonna rob that nigga.
What does third place get?
Huh?
What does third place get?
10.
$10. Now you gotta shit your ass.
Now you gotta-
and you gotta rob them.
You gotta shake your.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna do?
At that point, it wouldn't
Hey,
even.
you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rob whoever won first place. God damn it.
You gonna do what?
Yeah, I'm gonna rob whoever won first. If I don't win, I'm robbing you after the
Actually,
show.
that's what I'm doing first. I'm gonna wait to see who win that
Whoever
contest. and they
win
get
that
robbed.
contest, I'm robbing whoever wins.
That's-
For real. I might just go in there and scope out the joint and not even go up there and dance.
You gotta
know what I'm
dance.
saying?
That's part of the scenario.
That's his son.
That's the scenario. You
That's his
gotta-
son.
you
Oh, I
gotta-
have to go.
No. Then you about to rob that one first place? That's his son.
That's a drug dealer's son.
That's a
You
drug
might as
dealer's
well
son.
rob his ass.
Yeah, you might as well rob the dealer.
I'm robbing dealers.
I was just gonna go to the bank and get a loan.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna hold you. That's where my head went immediately. I'm just gonna get
Did I? Let me ask you this though.
First off, the
Did I
bank
say?
don't have
Did I
40,000
say
to give
rob
you
the
off
drug
rip.
dealer, go to
You
the
got to
strip
come
club,
back.
and get a loan?
You said when you gave the scenario, I said I was gonna throw dick. Did I say that?
You say, oh, all right. He said he's gonna throw. He said he's
That
gonna throw
nigga gonna
dick.
be up there bumping and grinding.
You gonna be stripping,
You
nigga.
wear a cheetah print suit, huh?
I ain't gonna say all that. Nigga. I ain't saying all that.
You ain't gonna win. You gotta do something spectacular.
Hallelujah.
I'm gonna pick you out of this.
Yeah.
Pop said the ball
That loan ain't
bouncing
gonna work
there.
though, bro. You ain't about to get the loan. That bank not about. They don't have 40,000.
He said, "Hey, I need 55,000. My mom just got kidnapped." He said, "All right, let me check your credit score."
Denied.
Hey,
You see that shit come back red as fuck.
she be like, "Hey, she be like, what did she say?" So I'm sorry about your mother. However, we're not going to be able to approve you for
That's
this.
exactly what she gonna say.
You gonna end up robbing that bitch. You gonna end up robbing the bank.
I'd rather rob a drug dealer than rob a bank.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 'cause you rob a bank, bro. They on your ass all
Forever.
day
Forever.
until they find who robbed that bank.
That's
They
gonna be
on
like
your
GTA
ass.
with 5 stars.
Bro, I ain't gonna say who, bro.
All
but
life,
it was
bro.
it was this dude in this area that I grew up in, right? We was teenagers. No, I wasn't even a teenager. I was probably like 11, so he was probably like 13. Went in the bank. He ain't had no gun. He ain't had no mask. He ain't had nothing. All he did was he walked up to the clerk. He said, "Hey, I need all the money in here before I blow this bitch up." She said, "What?" Get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of
Yeah,
here.
nah, she fucked up because
Now, what
if you would have blew the motherfucker up, then
Yeah, no, that would have been crazy.
It would've been crazy,
But no,
bro.
he ended up catching he caught like 6-7 years for that.
yeah, I mean,
It's not armed robbery.
That's my dude. That.
She's right.
They got out.
They got what?
He pleaded insanity.
For real?
He said it was crazy.
He's writing shit on the wall.
I mean, you gotta be a crazy motherfucker to go in there unarmed to ask for some money to rob a bank, though. You gotta be a crazy motherfucker to
Yeah,
do
you
that.
gotta
though.
be you gotta be different.
Oh, yeah.
And then
That shit don't work though.
huh?
A lot of niggas like plead insanity. That shit don't always work. Niggas just act crazy and shit. Niggas like eat their own shit.
Coming
like,
with 10
Yeah,
foil
they
hot
shit.
shit.
Then they put they write like shit on the wall
That shit
and they
don't
shit. Yeah.
Take that shit and like smear it on the.
I mean, but when you desperate shit, nigga, you gonna do whatever to not go to jail, nigga. You desperate shit.
I'm trying to get out.
Yeah, nigga, I'm a plead insanity my damn self, nigga.
You gonna
Hell
catch
no.
something
Then
doing
they
some
gonna
shit like that.
put you in the crazy house and get that
Crazy
medicine.
house.
Man,
Crazy.
my
Then you
mom.
get that loopy medicine.
One of my mom's clients, her husband robbed a bank. And, he did the same thing. He ain't had no weapon on him or
You
nothing
gonna be in
like
that little jacket and shit.
He robbed the bank. He actually
You
got
go crazy.
the
I'm
money.
really
He was
gonna
at
go crazy.
home, and his wife found out. And
How much was it?
it wasn't that crazy. You know the bank register be having that
Yeah, like
shit.
15 probably.
It was a couple hundred. Like you know, probably over
Couple
$1,000. No, couple thousand.
I want to be like that. Hell no.
When they got home, she made him turn himself in, and then he ain't get no jump
She
on.
made him turn himself in.
Yes.
Man, you ain't making me do shit.
Yeah,
I missed
yeah.
the story.
But no, though, in that scenario, though, yeah, I'm probably going to that strip, and I'm robbing a nigga.
He said,
So you doing both?
Huh? No, I'm going to the strip to rob him.
Oh, and then you gonna rob the winner of the.
Yeah, if I don't, just like that.
the bouncers and the drug gang gonna be on your ass.
It's a better
Huh?
chance.
The bouncers and the drug gang gonna be on your ass.
Well, you added the drug dealer's son last minute, so that don't count.
Huh?
You added the.
You said you robbing the person that took first place.
No, yeah, I'm not wrong.
Right, that's his son.
You said that. No, you added that afterwards, though.
That's it's a reason why he in the area, bro. He ain't gonna be in the area if that wasn't the case.
No, you
But
added
shit,
that.
why,
That don't
at the
count.
same time, why is he about to enter this contest and his dad?
Right,
Stripping is his passion.
Well, he
Well, he not doing it for the money.
Well, he
then.
ain't doing it for the money.
How?
So
He
might as
doing it
well-
for the love. So if you want to plea with him, you might be able to plead with him.
Hey, you gonna take the money? He gonna be like, you owe me an interest.
Oh. Hey, bro, let's go to Hustle's music, man. Let's go to Hustle's music, man.
For sure, man. For sure, man.
I don't give
D-Day solid ties tonight.
Oh, this is wild. What y'all been listening to, bro?
Man, oh man. Shit, man, that D-Day.
Hey, that shit a banger though.
What D-Day?
D-Day. Dreamville.
Oh, no, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't listen to the whole album, but I don't know what song it was, bro. Hold on.
Hey, I fuck with that.
Ask Q, bro.
That green set?
That and coming down.
Oh, for sure.
Ask Q, bro. It was
What you Cole?
Stick. Cole's verse on Stick. Bro, I skipped to
Man,
Cole's
that
verse,
song
bro.
is so garbage, but his verse is hard.
No, yeah, I skipped to the song. I said. Hustle off the ground, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all follow our Patreon. We gonna have the link in our description on the YouTube channel. If you guys follow us on Instagram at hustle_off the ground, you can find it in our link tree as well. All right, we out of here, man. Peace, baby.